What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Welcome to a brand new video. Now today you join me out here at Exceed Performance, and we're here to check out the all new Mini Cooper JCW. So this is the LCI, the facelift, the 2022 car, and that is the Liberty Walk Supra currently on the dyno, and it's really loud. So the car is currently behind me, as you can see, in this gorgeous green with the red roof. And yeah, let's walk around it and see what the LCI is all about. So here it is then. Big thanks to the owner for bringing the car out here for us to do a review on. And yeah, do check out his Instagram because he does have a page for this particular car. And I'll say it again, it looks incredibly marvelous. So the car is also lowered, and it also wears a front splitter. It looks just mean and aggressive. So the LCI JCW isn't all too different, but there's been some redesign on the front bumper, particularly on the intakes right here. They're larger and the grille is bigger, but if you didn't really know, you wouldn't actually notice that this is the LCI, but it's just a small refresh. So you have the typical JCW red line on the front grille. You have this oval or circular headlights with daytime running lights integrated in there, and this iconic scoop thing. I do wish it was functional, but sadly it isn't. So this one also has the black pack. What is it in BMW terms? I forgot. I'm not sure if they call it a black pack. Shadow edition, I think. Yeah, I think I got it. So I think it's called a shadow edition. What it does is that this gloss black section right here is normally chrome, and the gloss black section around the headlights, so those are blacked out, and the badge on the front. So that's what you get with the shadow edition. Other than that, the car is pretty much the same, but this green looks incredible. So right here we have the newly designed wheels. I think these are 18 inches. Don't quote me, I'm trying to check. Yeah, 18 inches. So these are the new designs for the LCI with the red brake calipers, and yeah, of course they're two-tone with gloss black and silver touches. So because this is a two-tone, the mirrors are also in red to match the roof. So another major change on the LCI is on the rear. So the diffuser is much bigger and aggressive. So they've introduced these big slats on the car, and it looks incredible. The two big center pipes, and I think the exhaust on this is stock. I think it's just these new or aftermarket cosmetic aftermarket exhaust pipes, but they look really nice, kind of like M Performance pipes on BMWs. So the wing is the same on the previous car, and yeah, we have the iconic mini Union Jack tail lights, which look absolutely cool. Oh, the shadow edition also gets you a blacked out fuel cap, otherwise it would be chrome, and blacked out door handles. The interior, again, not much difference, but a few touches just to keep it refreshed. For one, you have a digital screen now. Previously, it used to be an analog dial speedo with what you call a ref counter integrated in there, and also it has, similar to VW, touch sensitive buttons on the steering wheel. Otherwise, the rest of the layout is the same: the speaker grills, the door handles, and everything else. You have the Harman Kardon audio system, and you also have a pan roof, and I like how it's a double pan roof on Mini Coopers. So even at the rear, when people are sitting at the back, they also have a glass there. So this one has the standard sport seats. You can upgrade to the bucket seats, which look really nice. They're also finished in Alcantara, so it's both leather and Alcantara, but the standard sport seats have the Union Jack integrated on the headrest, which is really cool. So the center screen is also a bit bigger on the LCI. Otherwise, on the previous car you could opt for a bigger screen, but the previous car standard came with a smaller screen that had bezels on the sides. But yeah, so you have the gear lever right there and the really nice start stop button in red, so it's giving me fighter jet vibes. Oh, you have aluminum pedals down there. So in terms of performance, JCW has a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder pushing I think 170 kilowatts and 320 newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour happens in about, I think, 6.5 seconds. In horsepower, I think that's about 230 horsepower. So it is a pretty nippy thing. It's quite quick. So on the facelift car, it also features a new gearbox. So this has an 8-speed auto gearbox, so essentially a torque converter. Whereas on the pre-facelift, of which quite conveniently one of my friends, Ty, is here in his JCW. We'll have it parked up right here to compare the two cars just shortly. So that car has a 6-speed dual clutch, so that's one of the upgrades, but I think power is still the same on the previous car. I don't know why they went to a torque converter, but it's still good. It's just that never really happens unless if they introduce like an all new model. But yeah, I think that's the JCW. I think right now let's go for a drive. So guys, the pre-facelift is here, and you can kind of spot the differences and how like the front area. Wait, let me just stop here a bit, just gaze into it, and then we'll go to the new car. So you can kind of see the differences, especially on the intakes, and how the grille is wider on this car. And if I come to the rear, like they've reworked the rear area. So this one has a different design to the diffuser, whereas the new car has a much more aggressive looking diffuser. Bada boom, bada bing. Or bada bing, bada boom. Well, yeah, let's go for a drive now. Okay, so guys, you join me inside the JCW. We're just gonna go for a quick drive, and yeah, I have experienced the car so far in the passenger seat, and in terms of all of the daily stuff, it's great, man. Like, it rides really well. The suspension is very supple, and it's very comfortable actually for doing like the daily driving stuff. So I think I'm just gonna get that out of the way and maybe drive it in manual, because okay, that's sport. So if I push on one of the pedals, it engages manual. So I'll go in second gear. The shifts are actually very aggressive, eh? Like on upshifts, there's a bit of a shove. So I need to figure out which one is the indicator. Okay, that one. So that's the thing about jumping in and out of different cars. Some cars it's on the right, some cars it's on the left. So we always have to take some time to figure it out. So yeah, I just like this car actually. Like, the proportions are very nice. Like, it's really small, and it's like, it rips really nice. So this being the LCI, it has the petrol particulate filter, so it doesn't have like those burbles that you get on the pre-facelift, but it has some really cool intake noises, of which I don't think they'll be audible on camera. I'll try first gear now. Like, the shifts are very cool, hey? Like the way it pops on upshifts. It's just insane, hey? like, I really don't have much to say about it. It's just a cool car. And remember, rivals to this car, you could say stuff like Polo GTI, maybe even, oh, that's a stop sign, didn't realize, oops. So maybe even the Golf GTI, but this thing is actually quite quick. It'll actually pull like a Golf GTI, like, believe it or not. It's actually quite insane. So I'm just gonna need to find somewhere to turn. I think I'll turn down there. And I'm really amazed at how comfortable the suspension is, because right now I'm actually driving in sport mode, and like it's actually quite comfortable. Like, it's insane, because this is a hot hatch, and usually hot hatches are quite rough, and the wheels on this are big. Like, for the size of the car, they're actually really big. And like, usually when you have big wheels, it compromises the ride in a way. So right here on the roundabout, I'll try to push it in a bit. Like, no hints of understeer, although I'm not actually pushing the car. Like, I'm actually not on the limit. But I really like how aggressive like the shifts are. So we can, okay, it's actually up there, right? Oh, that's runoff for here. But yeah, that's the JCW pretty much. I don't think I have anything more to add. I think this is one of those cars where, like, it's all up to what the person prefers. Like, some people obviously prefer like a VW Polo, a Golf, or whatever to this car, and there will be people that prefer this. I think it's just a brand preference thing. But I think in terms of driving, this, I think compared to the Polo GTI exactly, I think this is way quicker and it's way more fun to drive. Like, I don't know what kind of magic Nini did with this car. It's just like, it's just in a different league. It's really insane. But enough chatting. I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks once again to the owner for bringing the car out here for us to record. And do check out his page for this car, because it's actually really, really cool. Until next time, that's actually cheers from me.